Hi guys, Vicki here again. I'm back and I'm gonna go ahead and do this thistle design that I have in mind. So I already pre-sorted some of the beads that I think I'm gonna use, just so nobody wants to sit here and watch me do that probably. But these have to go back into this container. They're just so pretty. I don't do a lot with these little clay beads, though they look like they'd be fun to work with. Those bracelets remind me of when I was a kid. We used to wear those different colored clay bead bracelets. You get them at the Wildwood in New Jersey or whatever, the beach. All right, so I have some out, but I do think that I also want some of this darker purple. I'm not sure. We're going to get them out, and that way, once we start creating the bracelet, we won't have to be digging around. All right. So let's see if my idea comes together. I'm not going to use the needle this time. We'll just string it by hand. But, so I do need one other bead. I need a focal bead, and I think I'm going to use one of these big purple glass beads. I don't know, I'll pull 3 of them out and we'll see which one will fit better. Also gonna get some music going again here. I don't even know if you could hear it in the last video over my jabbering. Okay, let's see what we got going. So I'm thinking I like this one. Oh, boy. What I had in my head, I don't have quite everything I need. I'm gonna get those jade ones out. Thinking these, we'll see. These are in little baggies. I've not yet put them into their containers. I need to do that. Like that. And then, it'd be great if my desk was level. It's probably my house. Then these to be almost like the stem of this thistle, and not sure about that, but I am sure about these. But I want these to be the same, at least relatively the same, so on each side. So I'm going to do it with these clear ones. I'm just not sure that they make as much sense. I initially thought I would use these, but then I saw these. I would use these if I have enough. So we'll see at the end if I have enough. If I do, I might switch those out. And then let's go with these. You know, it's funny in Scotland, you know, that the thistle here, you know, in America we just consider our thistle a weed and see no beauty in it, and they are. I mean, they are beautiful. There's so many weeds out there. I'll always say to Lori, "Is this a weed? Because it's so pretty." We have a lot of weeds called mullein out here, kind of on the more of the prairie aspect of Colorado, And they're really pretty, but they're, I guess, a quite invasive weed. I think they're pretty. So let's go with this one. And that's also like when I lived in Georgia, many, many years ago, I lived in Georgia, my very first occupational therapy job. And I grew up in Pennsylvania. So I moved to Georgia, and they have something called kudzu, which is a vine that grows on the trees. And it will kill the trees. It will choke the trees out. But it just forms all around that tree. It almost looks like an Edward Scissorhands kind of thing, because the tree no longer looks like itself. It almost just looks, I don't know, it looks different. I'm like, they're so beautiful. And everyone I worked with said, no, they're invasive, they're horrible, pull them out. I guess we brought them over from Japan many years ago to help choke out something else that was affecting our crops, and then this kudzu just kind of took over. That one, and then let's see. I'm gonna do 3 more. So how about these really bright purple? And this one. And then this in the middle. And let's count how many of those we need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I do not have 14 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 11. I don't know. I might just string it and see. Because I kind of like it. But my idea was more of these glass. It's like a dark blue purple. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to start here. String all these on. I was just with you guys in the beginning part of the video doing the blue and white one, and I was saying how cloudy it was, and it's not gotten any better. So we might be looking at some storms. Oh my goodness. So this right here is what I'm envisioning of the thistle. So the purple, you know, the head of the thistle, and then the green, and then the stem, but it goes on both sides. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, do I want to use these or not? I'm thinking I'm just going to use these. The only problem with these is some of these do not poke through, which is why I might need to use my needle. Yeah, I think I like that better. If I could find the hole. And not that, but this. And this is where I need to start thinking about it. I may need to use my needle on this after all. These little things are so delicate. They're almost like a regular needle, and these little tips break kind of easily. But they're so useful, and they're not horribly expensive. You can buy. I think you can buy them in like a 10-pack. So. Make sure that string stays on there. Yeah, I think I do like this better. And then we're going to pull that one out. Come here, little guy. Oh, are you broken? I don't want to use a broken one. There are some strange, you know, it's just like blown glass, really. So sometimes in my kit, I have some that are like stuck together. It's just the way it was. So you got to check your beads when you're beading, because they're definitely not all perfect. thinking that one doesn't even have. Now you need to have a hole because I need to use you. You do not. So which one kind of looks like that one? This one maybe. Yeah, the funny part is since I realized my thumbnail had said like, hey, it's an hour of beading, and I'm like, yeah, but I think I'm only going to do 20 minutes. I don't think that one does either. And Hobby Lobby, what are you doing? Why aren't you putting all the holes in there, buddy? That may only be on one side. Let's see. Yeah. And it's not like you can go back and say, out of my whole bead box, I did get that. Out of my whole bead box, you know, there were some that weren't perfect because they probably give you more than you actually need by weight. Or more than you're actually probably paying for, I should say. Darker colors, for me, the holes are harder to see. I have an astigmatism. I was just at the eye doctor maybe a month ago, and I wear contacts, and that does not correct my astigmatism. So sometimes it's harder for me to see the really small stuff. But I feel like I'm getting to the point where glasses might just be a better option. I don't know, I haven't worn glasses, oh gosh, probably since I was a junior high maybe? So, yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Alright, how's this looking for me? Yeah? It's not looking bad. It'll come together once it all the way wraps around and finishes on this side. I can't wait to make something with the tiger's eye that I bought. That really beautiful green. It's going to be green and gold because you know what? What else speaks Ireland? Okay, let's go with that one. Well, lots of other things speak Ireland, but green and gold definitely does. We may have to add a couple more. I'm also thinking about what am I going to make for dinner? What are you guys having for dinner? I think I'm doing chicken, but I'm not sure. My husband loves shake and bake breaded chicken. And shake and bake, I don't eat that, but if you do use that, the original, like, you know, brand shake and bake is so expensive in the store. It's like $4 something. Instead of buying the Walmart version, which is like $1.79. And he's like, yeah, but I want original. I said, I don't want to pay that. It's just breading. But he said he could tell the difference. So I bought both. And we're going to do a blind taste test. Because I honestly don't think he can tell the difference. But if he can, then, you know, he can get the very expensive shake and bake. This seems a little pricey to me. Then again, I'm not eating it either, so. All right, 2 more beads and we'll give it a measure. We'll see where we're at. But I am 100% really thinking, maybe 99%, that, I can't find the hole. Really, you don't have a hole either. Oh, you do, but you're hidden in the white. Oh, a hole somewhere, right there. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yes, I know. The most uncoordinated person. But it really doesn't matter, does it? You be so uncoordinated or you just do you, and if you enjoy doing something, just do it. That's what I always say. But yeah, I try to make the videos when the lighting is better, especially when I'm working with these like dark ones. And of course, then it got cloudy today, and soon it'll be dark, and soon my husband will be home, and then I'll have to get ready and make some food. Okay, I think we should be good. Let me see. Just about 7. I don't know if I want to do more. Let me stretch a little bit again. Be funny video if this broke. That would definitely make a video. That would be a viral video. Alright. So we are right at about 7 inches. And yep, feels good. Alright, so let's cut it, let's tie it, and we are done. It's funny too about making videos, you know, we're kind of new to it, and editing your video after you've done something, that takes a while, unless you have, you know, a team. So yeah, no, it's just up to Lori and myself to edit, so it definitely does take a while. Alright, so again, I'm going to hold it down near the base. I'm going to stretch this elastic out, because it's the part that's going to get cut off. It just gives you a little bit more to tie your knots. So this is a slip knot. Push that down and pull it tight. And then a surgeon's knot, which if you don't know what that is, you can Google it. Or I could put a link. Oop, I missed my loop. 1 and 2. Which I guess probably for this, because I'm right-handed, I should have the camera on the other side, because I'm sure you are just watching the back side of my wrist, my hand. All right, we got it. All right, your surgeon's knot, tighten it down, and a regular knot. So 3 knots: slip knot, surgeon's knot, and a regular knot. And that's it. Sorry about the little dog bark. I just had to put you on pause so that I could tell her to hush. Alright, you're just going to snip that off right above the knot, and you're good. So this one kind of has that look to it. So let this look like a thistle, and then obviously from the other direction down, and then just alternating like a frosted kind of glass bead and a glass darker purple pearl. All right, I will try and get some pictures of these outside so you can see them a little bit better. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. We're gonna have lots of video, I'm guessing, from the festival. Some will be probably do some live, but that might be on Facebook. But we will definitely have lots of recorded video to go ahead and to share with you guys. So if you've never been to a Scottish Irish Celtic festival before, tune in probably some this weekend, but more than likely that content will be next week after we have a chance to edit it all. So, all right, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.